Hello my friends, how are you doing? Thanks for joining my stream today. There we go. Let me find the chat again. Always kind of hidden. There we go. Okay, cool. Hi Eric, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. Hi Jens, how are you doing from Puchberg in Schneeberg? Also Eric from Vienna, by the way. Hi. Robomar, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. Nice to see you. We will see more of Robomar later on. He's from Poland and he does a lot for the Midjourney community. By the way, let me know if you hear the fan that I have here. If it's blowing on the microphone, I can turn it off. Hi Parla from South Africa, how are you doing? Hi Kathy from Minnesota in the US. Thanks for joining. Rocco from New York City, hi. Nice to have you here. And today, as you can see with the sticky text, you can submit. I think it's the best if you submit the image chop ID. And I have made a screenshot on how to do that, but I can also show you again how to do that. The link is kind of hidden. Maybe can I rewrite that? It's not really visible. Can you see the link on the top post? Let me once. Oh, there's already one entry, so that's pretty cool. Send link short URL copy. I guess you can see it. The text is a little bit long, but maybe it works. Let me know if that's okay. Hi, HF from Bielefeld. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Hi, Hendrik from Denmark. Thanks for joining. Very nice. So today we're going to do some Midjourney stuff again. We're going to do some Affinity photo stuff. Maybe combine some pictures. So yeah, let's figure that out. Also have a sip of coffee first. Yes, it's there. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, let me switch over here. I will close this. I will open this. And then let me go to my profile. No, that's not my profile. This is my profile. Okay, there we go. So you can see my screen. And you have all of your images here on Midjourney. This is your profile. There's your name, of course, then. And then you can go to an image. And down here you have these three dots and it says Copy Chop ID. Because I thought maybe that link here is good. Maybe it's also good because there's the chop ID in there. Maybe that would have been easier, but I don't know. The reason why I ask for the chop ID rather than just the image is because then I can also see the prompt you're using. I have no idea right now how we could do the feedback, but we will try. You can also give feedback in the chat if you want to. Hi, Jolu, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Nice to see you. Also, Robomar is in the chat, and this is his Instagram, so you should probably follow him here. It's robomar.ai.art, and he is posting a lot of prompts with the images close to it, so you can see. Right from there, then when you use anaglyph filter, you get this kind of result. So this is kind of like a library starting to build up. So that's pretty cool. And you can see there's a lot of stuff in here. He's posting every day, very busy with that. And I think he's also doing more stuff than that. But mainly for now, it's the Instagram. Also, I have an Instagram. If you want to follow me there, I want to show you too. This is specifically for, I have several Instagram. This is for Midjourney or AI stuff. So it's olivio.ai. And there I also post, for me, I post different creations that I like. And then you have the full prompt over here. So you can try it for yourself. You see here it says prompt and then you have everything from that prompt. And also for these. Like here you have full pictures and then also you have the full prompt over here if you want to try that. Yeah, so, and these are just my best creations, so you don't have to zip through all of this stuff that I'm doing because you see it's like I've created like over 2,700, 2,800 pictures, stuff like that. Here we have the potato space station. All kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, so there we go. Hi, Prof from Tucson in Arizona. Thanks for joining. Very nice. Okay, cool. Let's have a look here at the submissions. Oh, there's already more submissions. Cool. I should maybe have also asked for the name, but we will see it. Do we see it with the picture? I don't actually know. We can try it here. I hope it's not kind of not so, I don't know. I think there's MJ doesn't allow any stuff that we can't show on stream, so that's pretty good. Oh, wow. Oh, we see the name. This is by Mastrubeat. Yeah, sorry if I screw up your name. Very nice. Really cool. There's like a big sculpture up here, looks like a little bit. If that's a sculpture, I'm not sure. It looks like someone is standing here. And this looks like a little bit like a cross, but maybe it's not. I think it's more like a plant. So that's pretty amazing. And there's even more here. This is, by the way, this is something that is really nice about the library you have from Midjourney. You look at the picture, you go down here, you see the parent image. So you can click on that too. And then you can go down here and you see more of the parent. So you can go back in time and see the before versions of that. So here you see the 4 images and then you can go even further back if this is a variation of stuff. So that is pretty cool to have that. Now let me find the original image again. I think it was this. So that's pretty amazing. Let me. No, this is my stuff. Sorry, that was a little bit too far. There we go. On Midjourney, you can go down here. You can say copy command and copy prompt. From what I have found, correct me if I'm wrong, copy prompt is only the text. We can try this real quick. Where do we try this actually? Let me open up here. Oh my God, I have this still open. 1 second. Let me close this here real quick. And then we go here to new. And then let's just make a text file here like this. And let's put the text in here. Whoops, like this. Okay, yes, you can see this is copy. This is when it says copy prompt, and it's just the text you find down here. But when you say copy command, you get more information. So let's put this down here. And now when I post this, this is a lot longer, so we don't see everything right now. I was like, what is this? But okay, 1 second. So you can see here, now you have the full information. So you can see here's a weight on the jungle is 1, and then the other stuff doesn't have a weight. But you see there's a lot more information, and then you also have the ratio. It says here uplight for the upscaling method, and then also a picture reference here. So you get more information than just this. So when you see very amazing stuff on Midjourney, go down here and copy the full command. So you get a better, like a closer version, maybe to what to what this image is that you found, right? Okay, there's some stuff over here. Okay, cool. All right. Maestro Truebeat. Does it say Maestro? Really? Did I read it so wrong? Okay, Maestro Truebeat. I see. Okay. Cool. Pretty cool. Very nice. And by the way, let me see. Did you use any kind of render? No, you said photo and realistic. So photography and realistic. Interesting. I was experimenting with RoboMar lately with different camera styles. I found that the camera type Hasselblad gives you really good images. It's a big how do you say, large format camera. They are pretty famous cameras, and also like old-timey cameras. These are the more modern. These are extremely expensive, like 30,000 or something like that. And then you have these. These are the legendary old Hasselblad cameras that are still in use from people who do analog film. So yeah, and it gives a pretty good style. All right, let's go back here. By the way, maybe I can show you. Let me see. Maybe I can show you when we talk about that. It would be good if I can also show you some stuff. That's not it. That's also my space cats here. Hey, by the way, I'm playing around with, let me show you that too real quick. I'm playing around with different concepts of NFTs. So I made different kinds of collections right now, just to try out what works, how does it work, how does it create value, stuff like that. I'm working with RoboMar on a collaboration project with maybe other artists too from the Midjourney community. So that might be interesting. If you're interested in that, you can actually contact either me or him on Instagram if you want to, if that's interesting to you. Maybe we can figure something out. We don't have an idea yet or a theme yet, but you can see here I made a collection of 50 space cats with just with Midjourney, because I just want to try that out. And by the way, when you create on OpenSea, you use the Polygon network, you don't have to pay any gas fees at all. Not for the account creation, not for the uploading, not for the putting it on sale, nothing. There's no fee. So that's pretty good. You can put like hundreds of images if you want to. So far I haven't sold a single one, but that's okay. Also, I figured out that talking with a friend, this is like the early art scene with NFTs, to be honest, if you compare that. Because, wow, okay, cool. Hey, Vectorized, thank you very much for the for the donation. Really awesome. You're right. Hey, Olivio, my Affinity photo brother. Hi, how you doing? Oh, by the way, I have here. There you go. You rock. I have some new... Oh, no, I blended it over your name. I'm so sorry. There you go. You rock. So I have some GIFs in here, GIFs, whatever. Keep up with your amazing work. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. Also, be yourself from Nepal. How are you doing from Nepal? That's amazing. Wow, really cool. Thanks for joining. Oh, I have one for that too. Hi, how are you doing? Okay, so what I was saying is it works like at the beginning of art when you had these galleries and like private people would buy art because that wasn't normal back then. It was really more for royalty and for the church and for the government, stuff like that. And you didn't even have museums back then at the beginning of the modern art. And so people looked at the works and said, like, what is that actually? It's not art. It's like just, it looks like a sketch. Why are you paying, why are you putting that up for sale? So the NFT market works with certain rules that I don't really understand yet. I try to meet a team in Vienna who had made 2 successful collections yet to figure out a little bit more about how that works. Apparently just putting it up there is not enough. Of course, it's not enough. That makes sense. And I wanted to make more sophisticated works, but this is also something I'm looking at. Okay, let's go back here to maybe looking at another work. Oh no, I wanted to show you the camera styles. There we have something. Oh yeah. So let me see how I can open this up for you. Not like this. Okay, 1 second. Let's do it like this. Post it in here. And then there's another one here. So maybe I can just like, I don't have to open it up anyways. So this is with a Hasselblad. Can you see that? Is it big enough? Let's make it a little bit bigger. So this is done with the term Hasselblad in there. I think I wrote it wrong. No, I wrote it right. Okay, that's no Hasselblad. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then here, for example, we have EOS 5D. And then here we have Sony a7 III, although I don't think that MJ knows what Sony a7 III is, to be quite honest. Maybe just Sony is enough. I think we tried more. Is this, what is this? Oh, this is Leica. And you can see from the pictures, so this again is the Hasselblad. And it's a little bit more, I would say personally, maybe tell me what you think about that. I think, hey, from Tokyo, wow, I would love to come to Tokyo at some time. Sarikas. Okay, cool. I hope I pronounced it right. All right. Thank you very much for joining. Hi there. All right. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So this is, I feel like from the expression, a little bit more old-timey. You feel it's also a little bit cooler from the colors. Canon is a bit warmer because Canon is usually a little bit warmer from the colors. I didn't try Nikon, to be honest, because Nikon, again, is a little bit cooler from the colors. Sony is usually a bit more, it's actually, it looks like a Sony picture. Because Sony, the Sony a7 III, I feel, has a certain, it has very nice texture and it has very sharp, like crisp lines, more than the other camera. So you can see the difference if you look at the detail. And see here you have also very nice detail. That might be my imagination or not, but you can clearly see a difference between the Hasselblad and the Canon camera, right? And then Leica, I have never used a Leica. I don't know if it looks like that or not. But there is a certain difference. So you can try out with different camera types, especially if you put in the same scene and just see what the difference is between the pictures, if you get better or worse results. I also found that cameras work better for, let me show you that also real quick. So here, wait a second, what is this? This is Hasselblad, iPhone 13 didn't make a difference. GoPro works really well. It actually looks like a GoPro. I don't have anything with a... I don't have anything with an Octane render. No. Is this Octane? No. Oh, this is Octane render. It's a mix of Octane and Hasselblad. But sadly, I don't have... This is GoPro again. What I wanted to say is, let's open this up here. This is very realistic. It looks like a photo and it has photo-like colors. This kind of yellow touch comes because I wrote in the prompt I wanted to have in a pub. So it has this, of course, pub kind of lighting, warmer lighting. So if you have a different scene, a different background, it probably looks different. But the interesting thing is because this is with a Hasselblad, with an actual photo camera, it looks like a photo, while with Octane render, it looks really nice, but the colors are more saturated. It looks a little bit like a Pixar style, like a 3D render would be, in a little bit comic style. It looks very realistic, but at the same time, the colors are a bit more intense and a bit more like Pixar, you know what I mean? You see that it is more like a 3D render, while when you give a camera name, it's realistic and the colors are better too. So you might want to try that. All right, let's go here for another of the submissions. Oh, there's more coming in. Wow, the bad thing is now I think the lower ones, but I have to remember which one I have already seen. I can't delete them here. I didn't think about that. Anyways, let's go to the next one here. I hope these reviews are interesting. Let me know in the chat. There we go. Oh, I also have the. There we go. Okay. Parallel. Is it music? Music is very loud. There shouldn't be music. Or did you just start the video and like you still hear the music? Hasselblad more contrasty. Oh, okay, interesting. All right. So if you, well, you can't hear what I'm seeing if you see the wrong part of the video. Wow, okay. So let's look at the screen. All right. Wow. That is pretty amazing. Very nice ships. There are some people here walking on the waves, or maybe it's a beach, but I think it's the waves. Or maybe this is some stuff hanging from the boat. Pretty amazing. Very nice from the clouds also. I like how MJ is really able to create these like artistic light atmospheres. Very dramatic. Very, very cool. Wow. Okay. Let's see the prompt. This is pirate ship 1700s on open stormy ocean waves. Ah, okay, interesting. And you can still see, of course, that MJ, by the way, is Midjourney, just like the short version, is making always an interpretation of what you're saying. So this is not completely on the ocean waves. There's some beach here, some rocks here, stuff like that. So it's more to it than just the open, the waves. Let me delete these two. Let's have a look at that, what we get here. Boom. Okay, that's too much. 1 second. You can see the prompt is a lot longer. Woo! That's a really long. There we go. Okay, so let's make... Can I maybe close this here? That would be good. Okay, thank you. So pirate ship, we have already read that. Then dramatic, epic, moody. Volumetric lighting is often a good idea, especially if you have some waves in there. Some clouds in there. Also waves when the light goes through the waves. It's also good for rooms. And volumetric light, what it does is, like the name says, it is light that gives object a volume and a depth that are transparent or semi-transparent, like clouds, for example. So if you don't have that, and you have, like, for example, an oil painting, or then not an oil painting, but if you just have a drawing of a cloud, it's flat, like in a comic. And then if you have a nice painting, there's volumetric light, so it has an actual volume to it, you know. Also, it's used in 3D render. So this gives this very nice light also often more dramatic light. So that's a good idea to put that in there. Let's go back to the prompt. Bright light, okay. Award-winning art. Oh, okay, interesting. Very nice. So it's also a good idea. You can use terms like that because they have a lot of impact. Also, like glamour shots, cover art, stuff like that will influence the style that is created by MJ, right? Or movie poster, for example. Movie poster also good. For example, let's take this here. Actually, let's copy it over from here. 1 second. Let me copy that again. Let's go here. I have to clear the prefix real quick. I will show you that in a second also what I mean by that. Let's put this in here, and then instead of award-winning art, we are going to say movie poster. All right, let's see what that gives us. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Let's close this and that. Let's look at the chat real quick. There we go, some new. Hi, Eric from the Netherlands. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Really nice to have you here. Okay, let's see who else we have. Woo, okay. We need to have the individual responses, though. Someone submitted twice. Oh, okay. This is also possible. 1 second. And again, if you want to know more about... I have already seen that. Is this the same from the... Sorry, okay, I'm already getting mixed up here. Let's go in here, create a spreadsheet. I don't know if the spreadsheet is updating. Sorry, I should have thought this through a little bit better. Oh, we have a time here. That's good. That is very good. Okay, cool. And then also I can make a hook here or something. So this one we have already seen. This one we have already seen. So let's make an X here and an X here, and then bring this a little bit closer. Boom! There. Learning by doing. Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. Boop. And oh wow. Okay, it's a little bit creepy. What is this? King of Pilates. What is Pilates? Is that a... I only know Pilates. If your butt looks like an orange? Pilates. What is Pilates? A room of mouth a roof of the mouth separating the cavities of the mouth and nose in vertebrates. What? Okay. Okay. The king. Okay, let's have a look at the prompt that we have here. Also, by the way, we can close this here. Don't need that anymore. Maybe I can just put it in here. Boom. Oh, that's it. And there's just like this is, by the way, this is a good idea for prototyping ideas. Just put some stuff in there and see what you get from that without any other commands. And then, of course, MJ is going to be very random about that, but you can try out ideas and see what you get from that, right? König des Gaumens. Oh, is that how you would translate that? That's interesting. Hey, Sandra, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. Very nice to see you. Hi from Washington State in the US. Very nice. Very nice. No problem for being late. Okay, let's go back here. That reminds me of, oh God, I always forget names. What's the painter who made faces out of fruit? The very famous... I can't remember. Classic painter. Archibaldo. Yes, Giuseppe Archibaldo. There we go. This one. He made stuff like this. Could be by MJ. Imagine he had MJ and then you just like typed in all these kind of versions. All right. Archibaldo. Okay, so pretty cool. A little bit disfigured. And there's another mouth down here, but overall pretty cool. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you see it better. I like the art style. Pretty cool. Very nice. Very interesting. So, yeah. It's MJ creates really crazy stuff. And again, like for example, when you do this in a face, you don't want to have a face, but you can, for example, put in terms like symmetry. Or when you describe the face a little bit, like face of a king or a Russian face or Asian face or stuff like that, it gives you a more precise face often than the other random faces you get. And the faces often are also a little bit more beautiful. And also when you enter the name of stars, although then sometimes, of course, it looks like the stars, so you might not want to have that. Let's see what we got here. Not really a movie poster, but pretty interesting. It's maybe a little bit more movie style. I thought it put in a title or something like that, but to be honest, we have the wrong, for a movie poster, we have the wrong ratio, the wrong image ratio. So let's go here and write 9 by 16, and then we should get something more Maybe we could write a title. Pirates. Let's see if we get a title in there. Okay, cool. Let's go on here. That was pretty cool. Very interesting. There's the thing here. Let's make an X here. And then let's go on. Take the next one. If I find that. Boom. Okay. Ooh, spooky. Wow. But the eyes turned out great. Very interesting. I think I made a work like that once. I'm not quite sure. Let me. Oh, I have to switch over. Oh, I don't have to switch over. 1 second. Olivio tutorials. This is, by the way, this is my official account on Instagram, and there I have also some MJ work where I combine that with actual photos for portraits, and then the background, the rest of it is done with Midjourney, of course, right? And for this, I actually also have a video on my channel. If you want to see me do that, combine the MJ work with the face. Let me quickly go over here. There's a lot of stuff flying around your head today. I hope you can follow all the stuff I'm doing here. This one down here. Let me open this up real quick. And then we go here, copy. There we go. I put it in the chat. MJ portrait tut. No, wait. Tutorial. There we go. If you want to see that, check that out. Let's go back here. So that's pretty cool. Never ender nothing with the eyes. Then, oh, by the way, I didn't say the names of the artists, but you see them anyways down here, don't you? Okay, cool. So this is the never ending nothing with the eyes. Okay, interesting. I love how MJ does these artistic interpretations of what it could mean. You're saying, oh, this is everything that's there. So this is what I meant before. If you just enter different kind of words, you get very crazy and interesting results often that are very random. You don't know what you get. It's a little bit like lottery, but at the same time, if you want to have inspiration, especially as a creative, as an artist, as a designer, all these kind of things, that is actually a really good way to go. So for example, when we go here to mine, I've done this, I think yesterday or something. Let's go here to newest. And you can see here, no, this is not, yeah, here you have, let me open, like this, for example, is where I had 1 million souls going to heaven, I think, to the gates of heaven. So that turned out pretty interesting. Then, oh, this is very creepy, but it's very nice too. This is a mountain of people climbing on top of each other. This is inspired by an advertisement, I think it was for the Xbox or for the PlayStation, around 15 years ago, something like that, or 20 years ago. It didn't turn out completely like I thought, but it's a really cool work. Like, this is a painting, if it was for a real artist, yeah, it's something I would consider buying. Not that I have the money to buy art, but still, you know what I mean. Did I miss something here? No artist. Nice artist to try. Oh, okay, yes. Pavel says, did you also try DALL-E? I tried DALL-E, and I also tried Dysfunction. What is it called? No, it's not called Dysfunction. I can't remember. I don't like the art styles of both. Like today, oh my god. Let me switch over here real quick so I can search for the files. Where's the download? There we go. And then 1 second. Yeah, this here. Let me see. So sometimes, like this, for example, is from Stable Diffusion. Yes, thank you very much. Stable Diffusion. This is a prompt that was suggested by Stable Diffusion themselves, and it's pretty cool. And it has a very more precise style. It looks like an actual painting. Really cool. So that is pretty good. Classic painting style. How do I go back here? Oh, there we go. This is another of those versions here. Again, classic painting. Really nice. And then I entered a prompt. This is for the overgrown spaceship hallway, and that didn't work at all. And also I tried to name, like I create a person, and the person looked nice, but it was nothing like I wanted. Like I entered the name of a painter I wanted to have, and it didn't work really well. So I don't know. I have to experiment with that more. I really only created these couple of pictures here, so I don't have much experience. But this looks like Doom from back in the day, you know. So not what I expected, because I created the same thing with MJ, and I got this, and I mean that's on another level. Because I think Midjourney is mostly trained on pictures like from pages like DeviantArt and ArtStation, stuff like that, all this kind of concept art. This is why it can do these things so good, and character designs and stuff like that. Midjourney is not good with, or not so good, let's say not so good with realistic, photorealistic things that are really truly photorealistic. DALL-E is really good with that, but DALL-E, I don't like the art style at all. 1 second, let me switch over here real quick again so I can show you the picture. This is something I've created with DALL-E, and that actually looks like a photo. I wanted to have a cyborg woman portraits. It looks completely like a photo. If you like, I would absolutely say this is a picture from a real person, but it's really boring. It's not interesting at all. It's like if I would take a photo like that, I would delete it because it's just not interesting. Maybe you can edit it a lot and then make something out of it, but it's not even closely as inspirational as what you get with Midjourney. This is another one from DALL-E. Again, it looks like a photo. It's really good. It's very precise. You like the skin and everything looks really amazing. The outfit, everything is anatomically correct. The materials look real. The shine here and this kind of chrome style, everything looks really good. The makeup looks amazing, but it's a really boring photo. And I entered the same prompt I had on my, I used for my Midjourney pictures. Maybe that's the problem, you know? Maybe I just have to try that more, test that more, because DALL-E can create amazing stuff, and what was it called? Stable Dysfunction can create amazing stuff. I've seen really cool works. And of course, in Midjourney, I have created over 2,700 pictures, and with DALL-E, I have created like 10, and with Stable Dysfunction, I have maybe 8. So, of course, there isn't a competition here. Oh, it's a good time to insert an ad. I can insert ads? Let's click on that button real quick. 1 second. Insert ad. Do you see an ad right now? Ad inserted. I don't see an ad. I don't know if there is like a countdown or something. Can you see me still? I don't know. Hello. Hello, my friends. Money is rolling in. I don't know. Okay, I hope you can see me still. Let's go back here to checking out. What were we checking out, by the way? I've completely forgot what we're talking about. Oh yeah, these kind of random terms. Where is that? This is... No, these are the space cats again. Did I delete the random terms? No, wait a second. No, this is also not it. I might have deleted them. But I can't be because I did it yesterday. Something is missing here. Huh? There was an ad, really? Oh, wow. That's cool. Okay. Well, not too bad. Where's the stuff that I created? Oh, I'm an idiot. Here it is. I'm like looking at it. So I said I want to have a fat astronaut, and I look at the descriptions. So here I said I want a big fat spaceman. Work pretty cool, colorful, ultra detailed, 8K. Then here for this picture, I really like this picture. I said as a text, I said my life is empty without you. Ultra detailed, 8K, blah blah blah. This is what DALL-E created. I'm really impressed by that. That is like a really nice work, like a really something you can print and hang on your wall, and it's like also like it really expresses that kind of thought. Really nice. Really happy. Sometimes like Midjourney really creates stuff that is amazing. This is another one. of the same prompt. Not as good. Like, it is a really good work. It doesn't really represent. Although the lighthouse is pretty lonely, so maybe that's not too bad. Okay, let's go on here for another one. Oh, this one was also nice. I came here to make friends. For some reason, when you come here to make friends, it gives you this kind of very spooky, strange fantasy world that also has a tilt shift in there. So like a lot of depth of field. I don't know what's going on. And the other versions of that also look like that. Look like this. Here, it's like Alice in Wonderland kind of stuff. And this is completely random, you know? Sometimes you get the best results just by entering like creative prompts and see what you get. By the way, let's check on our movie poster prompt. It's still not a movie poster. Nah. But it's pretty cool. There's no like text in here. I'm surprised. Did I write movie poster wrong? Movie poster. Anyways. Okay, cool. Let's look at some other pictures. By the way, how long is the stream? 40 minutes. Okay, that's cool. Can you create a picture with Midjourney and try to bring an LSD effect into it without... would like to know how Midjourney... Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's check this out. My world on an LSD trip. All right, let's just make it square. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's check that out. And in the meantime, we can check out here some more stuff. Let's refresh this. No changes have been... that should be good. Okay, cool. So let's make an X here. I'm not sure if we could get through all of the list with the amount of stuff that I'm talking today. So we need to have like the work whip here to go a little bit faster. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. But I don't like... Okay, let's not... Let's go to the next one. This is a really nice one. But I should have really said add names because you can't just from one person. That's not good. Let's go here. Is there something from other people too? There's something. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. From, I can't read that name. Let's just say Mark. Wow. Okay. This is like a mix between a plant and a life form and like a octopus or something. Strange underwater creature with weird eyes, floating, crazy coral, photorealistic. Let's look at the full prompt here, by the way. Let's check that out. Boop. Oh, that's a really long one. There we go. 1 second. Okay. Stylized 5000. Yeah. Photorealistic 8K, 3D render, Cinema 4D. Also, you can like write different kind of renderers in there. Then you have, of course, the ratio. Quality 2 takes double as long, but it's also more detailed. And stylize, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, stylize is, it is different things. So it is how close it sticks to the prompt you have written. It's also how big the variation is between the 4 pictures you get. It's also how much freedom it takes from the image you're linking, if you're linking an image. So you can have it really crazy, like 60,000 is extremely, like, goes crazy basically. And I think 625 is as little style as possible. It really sticks to what you write in the prompt and also the image you linked and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat here. I should look there more. Sharon says, oops, sorry, late. I only woke up. Okay. Oh, 4:30 a.m. here in Queensland. Wow, that's very early. That is really very early. We'll go back to beginning later. No worry about that. Hi. How are you doing? No ad for me? Okay, interesting. A steampunk biker on Mars. Oh, cool. That's also a good idea. How do you delete something from your feed? I tried yesterday. I will show you. This is how you do that. 1 second. You go to... Oh, there we go. LSD. Okay, let's have something we want to delete. Let's say this one. I don't want to have this one. So you right-click on that. So here, 2 versions. When you are on your computer, right-click on that, and then either you have the X here, usually you don't. You go here to add reactions and then go down here to other reactions and you type here X, and this will show you the red X here. Use the red X, that's pretty important. And then when you use it more often, it will stick here to the first place. So right click, select the red X, and then it takes a second and boom, it's gone. You see, just like that. On the app, you want to hold your mouse here on that text until the reaction thing pops up. Again, search for that red X and then add the red X. And then you can delete that, right? Okay, so here you have the LSD landscape. This down here is pretty cool. This also not too bad, right? Pretty nice. Okay, I'm not going to do upscales because they take pretty long. But I can zoom in here a little bit more so you can see that better. Yeah, so I like the ideas that MJ is giving out, and then you can do more stuff with that if you want to, right? What was the other one? It was the steampunk biker on Mars. Let's try that out real quick. And then, by the way, let's go in here. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you with the prefix. Let me show you that real quick. So can you see the stuff down there? Here, I think you can. It's a little bit small, but I think you can. So what you do is you write slash and then prefix. You can just write like pre, and then it shows you the different prefer suffix. Sorry, prefer suffix. You click on that, and then you can write stuff here. For example, we are going to write ultra detailed /8K /octane render, and not slash, comma, sorry, comma, minus AR. Let's go with 16 by 9. 16 by 9, there we go. So now I hit that. This now is the new suffix, and suffix means it's added at the end. So now when I go in here, I use my normal image prompt. I only write a steampunk biker on Mars. This now has this at the end, ultra detailed 8K octane render, and the ratio 16 by 9. So you don't have to type that over and over and over again. But what you have to remember when you do this, you cannot now use in your prompt anything with minus, because then the whole prompt is not working. So if I go in here and I write, for example, Mars, and I write minus Q and then 2, you see that I get an error because these minus things, they have to be the end of the prompt, and you already have other stuff in there, right? So this doesn't work at that moment, but you can also always go in here and you go again to prefer suffix, have nothing in there, hit enter, and now it is removed. So then you can just write something else if you want to, right? So this is an easy way if you want to have a lot of variations or ideas you just want to put in there with the same ratio and same other kind of details. Do it like that and then just type, and you don't have to type all of that stuff again and again, right? Okay. What else is there? Fiete, the image will be colorful. I don't know what it means. Oh, okay. Did you try experiment with GFP GAN? No, I haven't yet, but I want to do a video about that because I saw a really nice tutorial on another channel, and I want to try with that and then also make my own video about the subject. This is a tool that will fix faces and I think also hands. So it can be very, very useful to use that because faces are often jumbled up. From what I've seen, it maybe takes a little bit too much of the details. So afterwards, it's probably good to mix it in a photo software. Yeah. And by the way, if you want a photo software, if we want to use a photo software, Affinity Photo is affordable. It's a one-time payment. And I have a lot of tutorials on that on my channel. I have like 450 tutorials or something like that because it was the main subject of my channel so far. And I also still do videos about that. By the way, if you're into photo editing, you also should check out my newest video where I added the same photo. Let me show you real quick here. I added the same photo in Lightroom, in DxO Photo Lab, and in Affinity Photo to show you different results. And I also talk a little bit about the upsides, the downsides of the software, stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. And here, by the way, we have another video. It's called AI is Killing Art and Artists Are Loving It. This is about the why is AI like Midjourney a good tool for artists and not killing any kind of artist jobs and stuff like that, like a lot of people are saying at the moment. And you can also see when I'm using MJ, you get really random results. So it's not like if you want to have something specific like what artists actually do, that you would get that from Midjourney or from any other kind of AI right now, because first of all, the human language isn't precise enough to do that, right? So if you compare MJ art to actual art, you see like a really big difference in the focusedness and in the purpose of that. So for example, let me show you real quick. So for Witcher 3 design art, let me show you that. It's not this what I wanted to show you, but I actually can't find it right now. There was a really, really nice, oh no, wait a second, art print? Is this in here? I don't see it. Maybe this one here? No, that's not it. It's kind of fan art. This is from the Witcher movie. This is also something different. I wanted to show you a really nice work, but I can't find it right now. But usually, like, we can also go here with Diablo 3 concept art. Let's go for that one, for example. And you have stuff like this, or stuff like that, for example, here. Let me go back here real quick. This one. Like, of course, if you compare this to an image you get from MJ, there's a huge difference, because you can see here a major like artistic focus and expression, and the detail and everything is fitting together, stuff like that. Maybe we are there in some years, maybe not, I don't know. But right now, there is no chance that artists are losing their job, right? So, don't worry about that. Okay, what were we talking about? Sorry, I'm jumping from topic to topic. By the way, we wanted to review this too. Want to have a closer look. I love how these sometimes Midjourney is doing these very nice textures and this kind of material feeling to the surface. Like you really feel like you can touch it, and it's like squishy and wet and soft and like really nice, like an octopus, right? Feels like that, but a little bit stronger from the flesh, right? So yeah, it's really interesting. And then the eye also with this like, how do you say that? Transluminancy? It's not transparency. It's like you can look a little bit into the surface, or the light goes a little bit. It's like, I think it's subsurface scattering. Isn't that? Oh, that would maybe a good term for Midjourney, subsurface scattering. Okay, let's go back to the chat here real quick. What did I miss? I also like the generate faces in Stable Diffusion and put it on Midjourney generation, since also like the artsy Midjourney output better. Oh, that's also a good idea. Can Stable Diffusion fix images? Like, can you upload an image? I don't think so, right? I was like, by the way, maybe I didn't use the right Stable Diffusion, because it was through another software, through another web page. It's called, I don't know what's it called. But it was a very low resolution. That was surprising. You didn't have full control over the ratio. That was also a bit strange. And also it didn't save the images in the gallery. Like you can see the images and then you can click on make a new render, but you couldn't download the image afterwards. You have to download the image right away. I was surprised by that. But I don't know if Stable Diffusion, if you can upload images and have them fixed. But you can do that in DALL-E. Although DALL-E at the moment does not allow to upload portraits or faces that are visible, I think. Because you can do some kind of goofy stuff with that and they don't want to have that, right? Okay. Let's go back here to the other stuff. Maybe, for example, the next image. So let's say here X and then X here too. And please like maybe 1 or 2 images per person, not like 10. So let's see what we have here. Oh, wow. This is the same guy again. Come on. Do we have something else here? Let me open up another one here. Like this one here. Let's go. I should have really like, it's also my fault I didn't write it anywhere, that it's not like, you shouldn't send me 50 pictures. Because otherwise it would be like just a gallery link. This we have already seen. So this is the same stuff here. Did I miss one? I can't remember. Let's check this again. Maybe I should have just asked for the link. Same guy? How many IDs did you send? We can still look at them if there's nothing and nobody else, but I would like to give different people a chance, so that would be good. Same guy? Okay. What the hell? Okay, let's see. Are they all from you? It's my fault. I should have like limited that. Same guy. What is going on here? Did you send your whole gallery? One more. Let's see. Same guy. All right. Is there someone else? The link is a sticky link on top of the chat, and also, oh, this is with the ID. Okay. Also, I have a screenshot in there to explain you how that works. There's another one. Ooh, nice. I've done something similar with a friend. By the way, I have a great suggestion for you for ideas. Don't worry, HF. It's okay. I didn't write it. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I should have pointed out that it's not like it would be good to have different links. So let's make an X here. Write down your dreams, or maybe you have like past writings of your dreams and then enter it into MJ and see what you get from that. That's really interesting. It's also like nice to actually visit your own dreams, but as a physical painting that looks like it's from an artist. That's really like a otherworldly experience, you know, to see your dreams become actual, not physical pictures, but you know what I mean, actual things, you know. That is really interesting. And I really love about MJ this kind of quality, as you can see here, where it creates things that look like something, but they are not really. So you can, for example, see here, there is a light here on that wall that's falling downwards. And that is, okay, perspectively great. But then the window on that same wall is going in a different perspective. It's like this, it's like an X. So the window in the wall makes the wall turn in direction than the light on top. And that's really cool because it's like a dream. It's like a very strange experience to look at that. Also with the furniture in here and the text, you can't read the text. It's really like in a dream. I really enjoy this kind of quality about MJ at the moment. I hope they don't fix that too soon. Because like I said, with you, if you have DALL-E, it is often very realistic from the results, but it's also very boring because like, okay, I already know that. I'm living in reality. What I want to see is like not reality, right? This is why we go to movies and look at art and play video games, because we want to have something that's not the real stuff, you know? Anyways, pretty cool work. Let's look at the prompt to see what's in here. That's a pretty long prompt. I think I should go in here and create actually... Let me switch this over. No, sorry. There we go. Let me delete this here. And then I will make a text box so we don't have to like go in and out again. Now the text is very small. Let me push this up. Let's say 250. That is way too big. Sorry. Let's go with 60. Nah, still a little bit big. Let's go with 45. That looks better. Okay. So here we have... Let's switch this over again. Good. Okay. So we have a vintage Parisian street cafe at night, soft glowing light, volumetric light. There we go again. Fin de silence. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Relaxed, detailed, volumetric lighting again. Second time. Octane, Unreal, Aspect, 16:9. Let me take this prompt, by the way. Let me take this prompt real quick. And then I will put it in here into mine. By the way, this is the image from the steampunk rider on Mars. This one is amazing. There's even a rider on the bike. This other one doesn't have one, but this one is really cool. Very nice. Okay, so what I want to do here is a little bit of an experiment. Let's go here. By the way, what kind of prompt do I have? Nothing. Okay, cool. So here, what I'm going to do is I will replace some of the stuff. I will remove volumetric light from here, and then I will also remove volumetric light from here. So we see what the difference is. Let's take this one. And then also let's go in here. I don't know if this is doing it because this is a vintage Parisian street, so that might not work. But let's go in here for the Hasselblad thing. I want to try that. Let's remove the octane render and then go here with Hasselblad and see what we get different as a picture. If it's going to be different, because sometimes MJ has its own mind doing whatever it wants. But the result here is pretty cool. I can show you the stuff that I created with my friend. 1 second, if I find it. By the way, if you didn't know that, let's go back here. If you don't find your stuff in here, you have an archive button up here, and that archive actually has everything in it, because here you only see some stuff and then the scrolling ends at a certain point. If you click on archive, you have everything, and you have the days over here that you can click directly on. So that is very useful. And also everything is smaller, everything is square, so you can go much faster through that. But what you can also do is, oh no, you can't here. Sorry, I was about to say you can show only the upscales, but that is not possible in here. Let me show you real quick. 1 second, almost there. This was a day later. This was my stuff. This was a day later. Is it here? No. Oh yeah, there, we're getting close. 1 second. There we go. This is what I created with her. So this is from one of her dreams. Look at that. By the way, how is it that sometimes the MJ pictures are really big in the browser and sometimes they are smaller like this one? You see, like it's kind of strange. Even if I click here on the zoom, when I zoom this out, it's like still really big. I don't know why that is. And sometimes the pictures are a lot smaller. It doesn't have to do with the resolution. The resolution is the same. Something else is happening. I don't know. Also, by the way, another thing that MJ is doing that I really appreciate is, let me see if I can find that. Oh yeah, here. Look at that. This is so beautiful. No, this is the wrong one. 1 second. This one. Look at that. I really love that. So here we have another street cafe. And you see people sitting here, and there is like these kind of caravans that are selling coffee, like these kind of street food stalls. And then you have gigantic lamps outside on the street. I wish someone would build something like that for real, because that is so beautiful to have a place. And you see in the background there are buildings, so you know this is the outside, not the inside. And then you have gigantic lamps here that are illuminating that space. Really cool. Really like that. Okay, cool. Let's go back here real quick. So this work is also very nice. Really like it. Also, like I said, I like how MJ is jumbling up the perspective up here. Let's see what we got here from our cafes. Okay, in this, oh wow. Okay, cool. Do we have something that's more similar maybe? Oh, here you see it again. It made these like gigantic lamps on the outside. Let me render this one, U1, and then here U4. Because one is with Hasselblad and the other one is with the Octane render. And this is, I think this is without the volumetric light. Yeah. I think you can already see a little bit the difference here. Maybe not. Can you? Actually, no, you can't. Interesting. I thought that would have a bigger effect. But this might also be where MJ is taking over and just creating a certain style, because we say street cafe and vintage and stuff like that, and then it creates that style, because this is kind of the sometimes Midjourney is stuck on, not stuck, but it prefers certain artistic expressions for certain scenes, for certain words. So sometimes if you write a prompt and there's like one word in there that reminds Midjourney of something, it will really like stick to that word and create the whole scene around that word. So you have to play a little bit around with the words, leave them out, put other words like synonyms in there, look for a good synonym page, try to play around with that. For example, I figured out that if you have a spaceship, Midjourney gives you different results for a hallway and for a corridor. And it looks a little bit different, right? Okay. Did my question delete it? Did you have a link in the question maybe? Because then it's going to be not posted, because the spam bot is going to filter it out. Sometimes also the bot is removing stuff for some reason. I don't know why. What about Blade Runner style? Diver in Nautilus. Aha, okay, interesting. 1 second. Okay, this is already upscaling. That's pretty good. We can try that out. 1 second. And then also I want to do some artwork, by the way. We already have 1 hour from a stream. Let's go here. Let's go again. Should we go 16 by 9 again? 16 by 9 for that. Okay, cool. I was so nervous at first, but I have submitted a chop in the ID. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at that. 1 second. Is this, did you submit it right now? Is this yours here? Maybe? Let's check that out. You could have probably also put it in the chat. I don't know. I have to figure that out. Is this yours? Kathy? The warrior here that looks a little bit like Destiny 2. A mix between Destiny 2 and like old school fighter, like how do you say, knight, old school knight. What else do we have here? South Bay Creation says, did my question, oh no, I have already read that. How can we view someone's feet? Not possible, I think. Yes, you can do that, it's no problem. What you have to do is you have to go into Discord. You have to Google that. On Discord, turn on the developer mode. When you have done that, you can right click on any name in Discord and copy the ID of that person. And then when you have that, you go to your own profile like so, and then go here to view as a visitor. And here it says the number, and this number is your Discord ID. So when you change that to the number of another person, you can check out their profile, right? So let me see. For example, here we have Robomar. He's already in our chat. Hi. Copy ID down here. You have to turn on the developer mode, like I said, in Discord. So now if I go here and exchange that user ID with his, there is his profile, and you can see all the works in here. So that's very useful. And of course, like check the prompts and everything. Oh, you see, this is what I wanted to have. Like you have a movie poster with a title in there and an actual movie design, which didn't work for the ships for some reason. Okay, let's check out these. Are they both done? Yes. We will check back at your Midjourney picture in a second. 1 moment. Let me open this up real quick, and then let me open this up. Is there any difference? Is this more photographic or not? Why is it so big? Let's go here. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I have my stuff bigger. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Sorry, so my fault. Okay, so let's zoom in here a little bit. They look very same. They look very much the same. Maybe we have to remove more of these kind of terms in here. Let's do this real quick. 1 second. Street cafe at night. And then we just write Hasselblad. And that's it. Let's see what we get from that. Okay. Let's go back here. Kathy, is this yours? Mine ends in 53B1B1. Okay, cool. Let me check that, and then we can put that in here. Let's click on this one. No, this is the wrong, like, there we go. Okay. Where is that? B1, B1, there it is. B1, B1. Okay, cool. So let's look at that first, and then we look at the other one. Let's see what that is. Oh, wow. Okay. That is amazing. It's even like, is these smartphones, I guess? This is a concert. A woman sitting on the shoulders of someone. Music is live, ethereal, breathtaking, photorealistic, stunning, digital render, Unreal Engine, detailed contrast, hyper-realistic, highly detailed, Octane render 8K. Wow. That is amazing. Look at that. Really like the style, really like all the hands are going up, and you see these phones here, how people are holding that. And by the way, this is also how our, like, what is this effect called if you see things in things that are not there? Because this is how our brain works, is it tries to figure out what is going on, so it makes these things into these details. This is why they look so very realistic to us. It's really amazing. That looks really cool. You can even see, like, it looks like she has like a transparent coat on or something like that. Let's check out the prompt here a little bit closer. Let's go in here. Delete this one. Put that one. Oh, it's the same thing. So it's the same that I just read to you. The link here for the picture is just because this is an upscale. So don't worry about that. Okay, cool. And like I said, you can always go down here, look at the parent. So you see here, the parent, we have 4 different images. And then you can even go further back here to these kind of versions. So that's really interesting. And there is different ways you can do things in Midjourney, of course. You can either individually punch in that same prompt several times to get different variations, or you can of course create variations based on what you see in the image. Now when you do it individually, it's always a fresh render, which is nice, and when you do the variations, it's based on that. So the benefit is, if you see something in there and you want to enhance that, the variations are often very good because it grows this kind of thing even stronger sometimes. Often also you get like more disfigurement in that. So you have to play with these different kind of ways to arrive at the image you want to have. I feel like a fresh prompt often gives you a more accurate image with less disfigurement, and variations often introduce disfigurement to the image. But at the same time, variations also give you some interesting results and can strengthen results you see in the image, right? So both can be interesting. By the way, here we have this with the diver. This is, what was that? The Blade Runner style diver. Yeah, a little bit Blade Runner maybe. Maybe this one is more Blade Runner but less diver. So it's kind of... maybe MJ didn't know what to do with that. Maybe if you write a underwater city diver, something like that. This is kind of the same, but this maybe is more photographic. We have to check that out. Which one should we render? Let's render maybe this. This also looks very detailed. This looks a little bit more like a photo. Let's take this one. So U4, let's update that, upscale that, sorry. I actually also put one in the forum. Kathy, thanks for a great image. Yeah, what's the ending of yours, Robomar? Let me know. And then we also have to look at this image here. That's also very amazing. Do you like when you have played Destiny and you see characters like this with these capes? They, depending on the shape of the cape, they either look like Destiny or they look like Assassin's Creed, right? Do you also have the feeling? And this, especially with this face mask where the face is covered, more Destiny from the style, right? If you don't know what that is, it's a very nice video game, but very like a loot shooter, huge time sucker also. Sorry, why was Destiny 2? There you go. Yeah, and you have characters like this. So every time I see something close like that, I think, yeah, Destiny 2, right? And this guy here, stuff like that. Okay, anyways. So that's a very nice work here. I like how Midjourney is really good with these folds here from fabric, right? And also these kind of textures. It looks a little bit more like satin here, and these kind of metal textures has a really good expression for that, right? Let's look at the prompt here. Full prompt. Let's copy this over here. So we have a male character. This is a male character, really? Let me see. Yeah, delicate, but yeah. Okay. D&D. Okay, interesting. Proportional figure, full body. Delicate features. There, I said it. Delicate. Strong. Armor. Warrior. Cloak. Dark. Blue background. Okay, dark blue background. It didn't do that. It put the dark blue into the clothing. Poster style. Interesting. Volumetric light. Let me take all of that, and then we make a version of that where we say concept art drawing and see what that brings us. Drawing 1 page. I want to have 1 page. Maybe I should put that at the beginning, actually. Let me delete that real quick. Full body, let's put it here further to the start, and then it is 1:2 from the ratio. Let's go back here 1 second. AR 1:2. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do much of the Affinity photo creations today. I have such a huge cup of coffee here. 1 second. But maybe we should, I don't know. Let me look at the chat real quick. If you had tried Dream Studio. Yes, Dream Studio, that's the one, Dream Studio. Dream Studio is the same thing as Stable Dysfunction as far as I know. Because the login was for Stable Dysfunction, but for some reason you don't need to sign up for a beta, you can use it right away. Is it the same thing? Or do they just like want to look like it? I'm not quite sure. I was very confused why it has a different name. Also Dream Studio, I was very like surprised this was free, because you would think like there's a million companies already that call themselves Dream Studio. Arobama says it's 18FF69. Okay, my chop ends in 5FF3. Okay, cool. So let's check that out real quick. By the way, you can see here, I hope I'm not saying something wrong. I would say that is more like a photo, right? Would you say it's more like a photo compared to this or that? I think this is most like a painting. This is a little bit a mix between a painting and a photo. And this is most, especially with the buildings in the background, most like a photo, although it really still looks like a painting. It doesn't look like a photo completely. But at that point you can play around with the prompt. Like you can, for example, at the beginning say photo off or stuff like that, photograph, thing like that, and it might look more like a photo at that point. Let's look at the work by Robomar. And by the way, again, robomar.ai.art. Check him out on Instagram. Follow him there. He's posting daily different kind of prompts here. So you can try that out. It's like an archive of different ideas of prompts. So it's really, really nice. So yeah, and this is overall very, very helpful. Yeah, and also if you want to, you can add me. This is not mine. This is also mine. This is my main channel, actually. This is the second one, olivio.ai, where I also post. And for mine, I show individual artworks, and then I show the full prompt with that. So you can try that out if you want to. So there's just like the best works that I have created. It's a collection of the best works, and you can try the prompt for yourself. There's one from my NFT collection. You can check that out too. By the way, if someone knows how to give away like NFTs for free or do an NFT drop, I would like to try that too. That might be interesting. Okay, so now finally let's go back here to that list. We have checked that out. Robomar says 18FF69. There we go. Okay, let's make an X next to that too, and then we have to close this. That was really amazing. Thank you very much for that, Katie. That's really, really cool. Very much enjoyed that. Really like the art style and everything. There is, by the way, there's so many things on MJ where I think, hey, I want to have a print of that, or I want to have like, I don't know, use it as a wallpaper or stuff like that. Let's see what we have here. Robomar. Oh yeah, with the plant. Wow, look at that. Very realistic. I like also the very unicolor background here. Really brings out the plant even more. Look at the nice texture here. You see that? Like it has on the leaf, there's a little bit of that kind of plant fur with these little hairs, stuff like that. And then wow, it looks like space crop, right? Very interesting. Really like that. That is amazing. It's amazing at the same time it's artistic. I think if you would do this with DALL-E, you get a equally or even better photorealistic result, but it would look like an actual plant. And here it looks like, if you see, from the lighting, from the artistic style, from the composition, from the posing of the plant, everything is like, it has this kind of expressiveness and artisticness about it, right? I really enjoyed it about MJ. So yeah, really, really cool. Very nice. Let's have a look here at the parents. Boop. This is where this comes from. Aha. So you have some other fruit here. By the way, this is another thing you need to take into consideration, and that is when you do upscales in Midjourney, they look different than the small versions. And by this, I don't just mean that they are more detailed. They have different details in there, like the leaves are, like even the composition changes a little bit. Sometimes stuff is missing, or it's there, like the texture on the leaves and stuff like that. So when you don't like the version of the upscale, don't delete this. Make another version of the upscale and see if that looks better. If that is maybe something you want to have. So you can have multiple upscales of the same image and get completely like different content. I can show you. Let's take this image, for example, and upscale this again. 1 second. I will click here again for a second upscale. See it's starting again. Oh, and here we have the other one, male character. What did I change by that, actually? Oh yeah, I said concept art drawing. I'm not sure. I don't think that worked too well. There's a little bit of text down here, like on a concept art page. Okay, I might have to do that again. Let me change this. And this time, we are going to say we want to have a concept art, comma, ink drawing. 1 page. Yes, okay. Let's try that. Okay, cool. What was the other one? Someone else said, Sharon said 5FFF3. Let's check this out. 5FFF3. There we go, down here. So I'm going not, I deleted it. Ah, God, I saved it. Okay, good. There we go. Do we have something for that? No, we don't. Oh, here, duh, we have so much win. I try to use them more. I'm not quite sure how to use them yet, but yeah, if you have more ideas for how I could do that, please let me know. Maybe also with some sound effects and stuff like that. What do we have here? Ooh, okay, what is this? A 19th century antique camera, small finch sitting in front by Ralph Steadman. This is also what you can do by and then artist's name. It might often not as exactly look like the art by the artist. You can see, for example, here, the stuff that he creates looks very different, much more abstract. For that, you can hit also enter the prompt multiple times to see if you get something better. But still, it's cool. It's very nice. It looks more like a classic sketch you find in a book, but still cool. And the camera's there with the lens, really creative. I also like that Midjourney came up with a frame here. Very nice. And some old like paper with some sepia tone to that. Pretty cool. Very, very nice. Here we have the parent images. Oh, you see, here's another bird which has a complete camera for a head. So different variations. This one is sitting on a camera. So Midjourney is just trying different versions and trying to figure out what you mean. So really nice. And for the, for example, for the stuff I did with the space cats for the NFT collection, I just hit, like I put the prompt in as much as I can. I think 13 is the maximum you can do with your queue right now, because 3 are rendering at the same time and 10 in the queue. So, and then you just wait. And suddenly you have, oh God, 13 times 4, sorry, my math brain doesn't work right now. You have 52 cats, and from that you can just select the best ones. And then you do it again, you have another 52 cats, right? So it's a really fast way to get these kind of versions. I think this didn't work again, but anyways. Is this ready? No, it's not ready. All right, pretty cool. I really like that. And you have a lot of them too. Like you made a lot of different other versions down here. Pretty nice. I like the one here with the helmet. It's also pretty cool, cute. Look at that. Little red helmet. Looks like a, is it like a World War I soldier? World War II maybe? What was these like green helmets? Might be World War II. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, pretty awesome. Okay, let's go. Oh, this is the other one again. Let's go back to the chat real quick, or let's go one forward. Eric says it's the same thing. It's the web version of Stable Diffusion. Oh, okay, it's the same thing, so that's good to know. They release an open source version soon, though, which will be free to use at home, so you can install it on your own computer. Aren't they going to kill their business if they do that? That's pretty surprising they would do that. But of course, it's really cool to have like an actual software AI at home on your computer. Maybe with an unlimited queue, that would be good. So you can just enter 100 terms and let it render overnight or something like that. That would be really good. Mine is just to show how realistic it can get. Ah, that's a good point. Really nice. Thank you, RoboMar. That's awesome. Kathy says it's amazing to see how real they can. Oh, yeah, okay, the same thing. Hi, Liquid Farmer. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. There you go. Where are you from, by the way? Where are you from? Let me know in the chat. Sundance says, when a picture seems too simple, its complexity adding digital art helps. Okay, that's interesting. Can we use an image link as a prompt? You can use an image link. You can also upload images to the chat. It might not work, but it also might work. So it's a little bit of a gamble, but it will try to figure out what's in the image and then give you something similar from that. So it is in a certain way helpful, right? We can try that. Let me go, for example, go here and say, what do we do? Cute bunny design. Let's make one here. And then let me go over here to free pick. Let's go here, cute bunny design. Take one of those. There we have one. Or let's take this one maybe. I can't guarantee this is working right now, but it might. This is a WebP. Ah, come on. Why do you have to do this to me? Let's download this real quick. Go here. Open this up. Extract everything. There we go. And then this should work. Yes. Okay, let's go here. And then I upload this. Oh my god. Oh, let me switch over here real quick. Okay. How much stuff do I have in here? Ah, there it is. Okay. So I upload this to the chat, as you can see here. Now it's in here. You click. Didn't it upload? Oh, no. Sorry, it didn't upload yet. So you click here on the plus, you upload the file, you hit enter, so it uploads, then you click on the picture, you right click on the picture, you say copy image address, you close that, you go in here, make the normal image prompt, and then you put this in here. And then you can write what you want. What was it we had? Oh yes, cute bunny design. I will not put an image weight right now. We will just see what that brings with the image as it is to see if it's similar or not. And here, this is without any kind of image. Also pretty awesome. This one has like a sad bunny, but still pretty nice. So let's see if this is going to be any kind of close. Usually you're supposed to describe the image too. We kind of did. Okay, let's have a look at some other images here. 1 second. Let's go for this one. There we go. Oh, we have already seen that. Okay, close that one. Go with the next one. Oh my God. Okay. Man on a quest for meaning. Yeah, I would say that hit it pretty good. Really big guy. Adventurer. Cloud in the skies with some butterflies around his head or flowers. Really cool. I really like the artistic interpretations that Midjourney is doing. And I already see also artists using Midjourney as an idea tool and then actually painting stuff in oil and acrylic, stuff like that as actual paintings. Not 100% based on the MG idea, but as an inspiration source. We said, okay, this is an interesting kind of way to put that figure or to have that composition, but then fill it with their own kind of stuff, right? I already used 50 hours. Wow. Yeah, Robomar is very, very active. Signed up for the don't buy the $10 plan. That's a really bad idea. Go for the $30 plan because I can almost guarantee you will use the $10 in your first weekend, and then the upgrade is not $20, it's another $30. So you just threw out $10 out of the window for nothing. I made that mistake, so you don't have to, as they say on the Instagram. No, on the influencer pages, TikTok. Anyways, what was it we wanted to do? Oh yes, I remember. So, well, that doesn't look anything like that. Okay, let's do this again. Now let's add some more prompts here. 1 second. So imagine. Okay, this time we are going to say minus IW and then 3 with a space in between. This gives us the maximum image weight, and then go here for style, which is just an S. And then we write, I think, 625. And that should then be very close to the design here. Okay, cute bunny design walking with, or just let's just do it like that without adding any other information to that and see what we get from that. Okay, let's see. So this is really cool. Is there anything more? I guess not. Because often the really creative stuff, I feel, oh, there's a lot more, comes from like just pushing stuff in and see what you get from that. So this has a weight, and then introspection, a new day, hyper-realistic photo, otherworldly, 2022, epic view, sunrise, intricate detail by Thomas Kincaid and Guido Borelli da Caluso. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry, 60 millimeters, low angle, electricarac. The hell is that? Electricarac. I don't know what that is. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Let's see what that is. Whoops. No. I don't know what that was. Okay. Oh, electric arc. I'm an idiot. Electric arc. Okay. There's no electric arc in here. We can close this too. What was it? There we go. We can close this. We can no, we can keep that open. Not really an electric arc. There's 2 suns. Okay. Oh, look at that. So this is a little bit closer to what we originally had here. Like maybe if you add more description, you get something that is closer, but you can see the inspiration is taking from that image, so you don't get 100% the result. let me go in here and try this again. And then we write an actual cute, okay, cute design. And then we write bunny walking on 2 feet with a bag of carrots. His shoulder. Let's see what we get from that. Electric arc, there we go. I'm sorry for that. Okay. I used 5 hours. In 5 hours, yeah, like I said, this is like really quick. For me, it was also like, because I spent all night, the first night, and then it was gone. And then I upgraded and I thought, okay, let's just put another $20 in there. And it was the surprise. It's not, they don't, I don't know why they don't do it where they just cut the time you have already used, because you get 15 hours afterwards when you pay $30. Why not take the 200 minutes out of the 15 hours rather than like asking for another $30, especially if you get unlimited renders afterwards anyways, as I don't know. But I mean, on the other hand, they can use the money to build this up better, so that's okay. By the way, let's go here and delete that stuff. This is a pretty cute one here. Let's look on some more stuff here. I can actually close this because this is updating quite nicely. So let's go here. Let's go up here maybe, if we have jumped over some of those works. So I'm not sure if I will actually get through all of those. Oh my god, that is amazing. From Ruihu. I don't know if I pronounced it right. That is really amazing. How many tries did you have from that? Let's see here. So we have the parent. Let's see. Ah, you see? So this is a really good one. And then you have some other ones that are very strange. And this one is also very, very nice. So really cool. Let's see if this doesn't have a parent. Okay. So that's nice. And there's some variation of that other one. Interesting. Wow. So you are experimenting a lot with these landscapes, I see. No, these are from other people, actually. Okay. Wait a second. Is this the same prompt? Starry Night, Aurora Borealis, interesting northern. Okay. I see. So kind of a cooperation, so to say, between different users. Very nice. I like these kind of, it could be bushes, it could be flowers. Although down here, if these are trees, those have to be bushes, maybe? Or it's like leaf trees. This is really cool. Also with the moon up here. Very nice. Very, very cool. Let's have a look at the full prompt real quick. Let's go here. And then, sorry, we also wanted to look at the variation between the upscales. Starry Night, Aurora Borealis, Iridescent is a form of light. Northern Lights, Winter Lake, Rolling Hills in Distance, Studio Ghibli style, which gives you this kind of dreamy style, sometimes also anime style, rendered in Unreal Engine with clean details. Really interesting. And then also it's HD and it's quality 2. Very, very nice. Okay, cool. Very cool prompts in here. So we wanted to look at this. So this is one of the upscales. And then here we have the second one of the upscales. So when you look at that, you can see that between these upscales, the details are very different. Not a little bit of different, they are very different. Let me show you real quick. Let's go in here, make a new one from the clipboard. Then I will go in here and copy this also over, like so. And then let me see here. I will create a mask over that. One moment, like so. Mask to below. Give me this, so we have a kind of a slider. And then upscale this again and make this really big. So now you can see it. So look at the detail changes here. Especially if the background, The building in the background is completely different. You see that? From the windows, from all the details in there, completely different. The rough details are the same, so you do have two lights here, but this light here, in one version has a lot of detail, in the other one it's one of these light balls. Then also here you see, here is a, down here is a round light. One has orange, the other doesn't have orange. Then here, this is a straight line for the neon light. Here it's bent inwards. So it's a major difference between the upscale versions, right? So what you can also do is make multiple upscales and then blend the details together. So you just mix the different versions and see what you like from them and then copy it over and try to integrate it in the other image, right? So you can see its major variations. And this also, by the way, this happens again if you do a max upscale, which also again changes the details in the image. This is why I stick with this upscale and then I use Gigapixel AI, because Gigapixel AI will upscale it. It will introduce crisper details, crisper lines and stuff like that, but it will not change the picture. It will not change the details. It will only, if you have hair, for example, you can afterwards often see the individual hair strands because the Gigapixel AI is like simulating that hair better. But it will not change the shape of the hair or anything like that, or the light on the hair, stuff like that, right? So that's a pretty important thing why I don't use max upscale. You can see major difference between these two. Okay, let's go back here. Let's look at another one here. Where's the list? There's the list. So we have seen this one. Let's go here. What is the time? We are close. Sorry, I wanted to do a combination today of different MJ pictures in Affinity Photo, but yeah, we spent so much time talking about that. I think we're not getting to that point today. Maybe we can do that in the next live stream. Then I also will prepare pictures that we can combine to do like a more, oh wow, artwork. Wow, I like this. It's like a what's the Escher? No, it's not Escher. There's a Max Ernst. I think Max Ernst, like a German painter. Not really, is it? I mean, a little bit. If you look at this here, for example, that's a little bit similar to that here. But let me see here. André Breton, Guggenheim, Chamiro, no. Jimmy Ernst, no. Oh, sorry. There's another German painter with a similar style that I mean, not this one. I mean, some of the works kind of like have this style. Let's look at this one. Anyways, let's go to the work that you presented here from Karlslus. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't try to pronounce the names. Pretty cool. What is it? It's a graveyard, right? I like how the trees connect. So, you know, by the way, I didn't put that in the video about the theory of the artistic because I recorded this video like I think 3 or 4 times, and the first version was very theoretical, and I talked a lot more about different concepts through the time. Did I in the video that I actually posted talk about Socrates? I'm not quite sure, but I talked about different inventions over time also, and how these kind of ideas changed. So that was way too theoretical and didn't have anything to do with AI. But what I wanted to say here is, and I talked about that also with an artist friend of mine. often with artists is the way that the ways we understand art and why we know about the concept of the artwork is not because the artist told us. It is because the philosophers and the art theory, like, well, how do you say, the art experts, let's say it like that, or art philosophers, stuff like that, they write about that. Also art historians, this kind of research, and they write why and how and all the stuff about the work, what it means, where it came from, the source of inspiration, not from the artist, but from these other people who most of the time didn't even know the artist. So the interesting question for me is, does the work, I mean, obviously the work has an impact after it has left the studio of the artist and after, like, without the artist even. Not without the references, because we need the references. But the interesting thing at that point is MJ is using references because it's trained on references, and then it is creating works. So it is doing the same thing as an artist is doing. And now the cultural impact we have from an artwork is without knowing what the artist actually wanted with the real work. But it's the same thing with MJ, because we don't know what MJ actually wanted, and actually didn't want anything. So the difference is, here we know for a fact that MJ didn't want anything other than fulfill his job, and created that work. But does that even matter? Why does that matter if there was purpose behind it or not? Is it more important there was purpose behind it, or is it more important that the work has actual cultural impact, even if we don't know even if we know there is nothing behind that? And now the interesting question is, if you think about that, we have influential artworks where we don't know the artist. We know it comes from a human person, of course, and we know that person has probably thought about stuff. We don't know what that person was thinking, and we don't know who that person was, and we don't know nothing about the background of the person. So that picture could as well just like popped up out of the blue and still be artistically influential. So what is actually finally the difference between a found artistic work where we know nothing about the artist and an MJ artwork, right? If it has cultural impact, and if it makes you think, and if it creates ideas in your head that make you rethink culture and philosophy and art and all these kind of things. I feel like there is no actual difference if the work comes from a person or not, right? It's interesting. The only thing that is different here at that moment right now is that MJ is trained on past works. And we have to see if MJ can actually create future artistic styles. Because right now, everything we see, all the works that we have looked at so far, all of that is past artistic styles. None of that is a future artistic idea, concept, style, or expression. None of that. It's all old art. So this is the biggest difference. Like, we would have to give AI more ability to create art styles that we don't know about, rather than training it on hitting the point or the mark with styles we already know and like, right? And then we could maybe have an AI that creates art that is even new to us, right? So that would be interesting. Anyways, let's go back to this work. This is, like modern art. It's pretty cool. Not modern art, because modern art is actually the beginning of modern art. So the very on the not the very beginning of modern art, but it's actually it's a part of modern art. So this is more like not actually contemporary art. I don't know what style that is, to be honest. How that is called. It's I would say it's more like German kind of style painting in here, with the strictness and a little bit depressiveness, this kind of after Second World War kind of art style of German art, I would say. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's really cool. And I like how the trees are connected like a cathedral, like an architecture, and not separated from each other, but actually growing into each other, and have a little bit of a stone structure. And then you have these open graves down here. So if you see this in relation to work that has been created after Second World War, interesting, right? There's a lot of space of interpretation in here, right? Okay, anyways. Let's see. It's called Land of the Death Oil Painting by Escher. So Escher is not really the style that it's hitting here. Let's see if there's anything more in the prompt. Oh, I closed that. Oh no, I still have it open. 1 second. So yeah, it would really be cool right now to write a thesis about AI and art, right? Yeah, would be cool. If you're looking to write a PhD right now, that would be a topic that would be amazing, right? If it's like, is there a difference between AI art and actual art? And then base it on all these examples of where we don't know the artist, where it's found footage, where it's kind of concepts that try to go away from style and background and be more random, stuff like that. And there's a lot of styles like that in art. Like auto poetry, for example, stuff like that. Yeah, anyways, lots of stuff. Okay, let's go back to the chat here real quick, because there is not any more in here other than test. Is test a thing? I've never seen that. Minus test. Is that something? Anyways, Robomar says, yes, best place to learn about MJ, especially when you can see it live. This has been such an inspirational stream. Thank you very much, Sharon. That's amazing. I love that. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who have contributed, and all, of course, Olivio. I have learned so much. Great hands. Thank you very much for that. That is really lovely. Parallel says, using known artists is useful to create consistency if you are working on a story progression. That is also true, because you can create a certain style, right? So that's really interesting too. Yeah. Because right now consistency is also the big problem. This is, by the way, this is another thing I didn't put in the video that I maybe should have put in the video. Consistency is really hard to create with MJ unless you want to have this kind of generic looking concept art style that most of it's not generic in a bad way. When you look at ArtStation and all of the styles are very similar, the reason why they are similar is because if you work in the industry of concept art design for different video games and stuff like that, they expect you that every artist has the same style. So you have a team of 50 people and they all create the same stuff. Imagine they would be like fine artists, and one is doing abstract paintings and the other one is doing graffiti and the next one is doing oil paintings. You would go mad if you wanted to create something like World of Warcraft or Destiny 2. You need to have artists where you can exchange them and they all do the same style with very high precision, right? And they are very, very expertly trained. They can do things that fine artists can not do at all because they're not trained like that. Like you can actually tell a concept artist to say, hey, I want to have this lens and this kind of perspective, like use a 85 millimeter with f points 1.8 from this kind of angle, and they can draw it. And then you say, yeah, okay, but move it a little bit over, and they can draw that. That is really impressive. A fine artist is not trained like that. If you ask a fine artist to paint a face from the side and then from the front, it's two different people. They are not trained to have it exactly like as if the head is rotating. Some are good at as that because they trained that, but usually this is not what you learn in art school. Anyways, I'm talking too much about theory right now. Okay, anyways, what we want to do here? Oh yes, we wanted to go here and look at that. Did I delete that? Oh no, there we go. Look at that. Ha ha ha. This is very close. It's not exactly, but it's like it's there, right? It's there. Let me go back. Where is that? Look at that. Of course, this is like, you see, a real artist makes it more purposeful, and like you see the kind of the thought behind the work. There's a difference, you know. And these designs here, they look cool, but it's you kind of feel like it's not the same thing, right? Sometimes MJ does it really, really well, where it could as well be from a human. But still, when you compare to an actual work, you see the purposefulness. You see like how the little hairs here look, and the reflection in the eyes, and the little details, and the cuteness with the carrots, and there's a little bulge here from that carrot. The consistency of the elements fitting together and also enriching each other to create a whole work. That is something that AI right now isn't possible to do, I think, but it will be in the future. But also, if you've seen today, it creates really cool things. And this already is pretty cool. And when we click another 10 times on redo that prompt, we will probably get something that's really amazing. Okay. Also, I wanted to look at this. 1 second. I mean, also, if you have this, that's already pretty good. Again, you can tell if you look at the ears and stuff, there isn't 100% consistency in there, but it's good. This also down here, really cute. So the works are still very, very amazing. Where is that one-page design that I wanted to create? Didn't it do it yet? Oh, this is the ink drawing. Meh. Why isn't this? This is kind of strange. I don't know why it isn't doing an ink drawing on paper. We can upscale one of them to see maybe it is, and we just don't see it. Let's upscale this because it looks more like 2D. My photographic world says, what is great is to co-create with MJ and then export the works to work further on it with other tools. Yes, absolutely. Also consider MJ as major source of inspiration. Absolutely. As far as addiction, which is clearly addictive, I think you have to go to MJ with a purpose, work on your prompt. Yes. Before you really work it and then do the chops and try not to be loose. With chops and actions, yes. Because if you look at my timeline, you can see like I try so many things. There's so much stuff in here. Look, like, okay, today I showed it a friend. This is why there's unicorns in here. Then you have mountains of people, and then you have a spaceman, and then you have like all kinds of goofy stuff in here. And then you have this kind of Satan. This is actually pretty cool. I have to show you that. This is actually not my prompt. I got this from the public gallery, but I made different variations, and look how beautiful they are. Look at this here. I wish I could draw digitally to actually make this into something, because there's so much idea and concept in there. Yeah, I just wish I could like put actual figures here and there and expression and everything. That would be so nice. But for now, it's more like, yeah, you look at a dream and you fill the rest with your creative mind. So it's still pretty amazing. Is there something else we wanted to try here? Oh, this is still waiting to start. I guess MJ is a little bit slow. Oh no, this is the upscale. I thought I entered something else here that we wanted to try. Not today, I guess. Exactly what I do. Okay. To learn, you need to experiment a lot. Yes, absolutely. You need to experiment really a lot with that. We almost have 2 hours. I think we will stop at 2 hours. Let's check out another of the images here. So we have checked this out. By the way, thank you for all the submissions. Really, really awesome that so many people joined in. I feel like we can do this more often. By the way, I completely forgot about that. Shit. I have a Discord. And there is also the MJ bot on here, so you can try out things, you can ask questions, you can talk with different people and all that kind of good stuff. So let me put that in here. I completely forgot about that. 1 second, generate, copy. There you go, my Discord. Join if you want to. Sadly, you still need an MJ subscription to use MJ, but you can use it in here. I have different rooms if you want to have a different other room. But I already have a lot of rooms in here. You can do that. I also have voice chat rooms that you can use to talk to people. And there is questions for different software like Affinity Photo, Photolab, Nik Collection, Photoshop, and Lightroom. We can maybe add also other software. I separated these into different rooms so people don't ask a Photoshop question and other people think this is about Affinity Photo or something like that. So it gets really confusing. This is why I made different rooms for different kind of software tools. Anyways, let's go back here. This rendered something. Oh, there we go. It looks more like a drawing, not the ink drawing I wanted to have. Actually, there's a little signature down here. I love like when MJ does this, like, oh, okay, here's a little bit of my. Let's make it look a little bit more like art. There you go. Pretty cool. Still very nice. I think we need to remove some of the words to get a different result. Should we try that? Maybe let's try that one more. Let's analyze this prompt a little bit and see what we can do different. So I want to put this here on the beginning of our prompt. So I want to have a concept art ink drawing one page of a male character, D&D proportional figure, full body, delicate features, strong armor, warrior cloak. Let's remove the dark blue background. Then right here, poster style. Let's volumetric light. Yeah, okay, let's remove these. Then I will write parchment in here. It's a kind of paper. And then we will write style of Da Vinci. Or not? No. Steam? No, I don't. And let's not do that. So we don't get like too much style in there. Perla says, thank you, Olivio. I learned a lot. Let's do this again soon. Awesome. Thank you. Absolutely. You rock, my friend. There you go. Thanks for joining. We wanted to look at one more picture, right? Oh, wow. There you go. Another artwork. Pretty cool. It looks a little bit between, what is it? Blauer Reiter is a German art group and a little bit of Dali kind of art in here. Look at Blauer Reiter. Let's see. Kandinsky. If you know that. Blauer Reiter. So you have different artworks. This is like, this is more like the Kandinsky style here. You see Vasily Kandinsky. He wrote a really good book about art, by the way, about artistic concepts. So a little bit of these kind of line things in here. And he made like, this is still, by the way, if you don't know too much about art, to look at these, the development, especially at the artists of that time, is really interesting to understand art better. Like, for example, when you have a work like this, you see this is more figurative. What's the English word for that? One second. Figurative. English. Figurative is the same? Figurative. Okay, cool. So you can see here, you see a horse, for example. There's another horse, stuff like that. And then stuff becomes more, where is it? Becomes more abstract like this, but you can still see certain shapes in here and stuff like that. And it becomes maybe more abstract, more playing around with things. Where's the other one with it's more like the famous Kandinsky work? This is still, you can see some shapes in here, right? So to try to go away from the idea of do I have to draw actually something? Like, do I have to draw a horse? Or can I just draw what I feel right now? And how would you draw something you feel right now without painting objects? just the feelings. I feel a little bit of green and of blue and of wiggly lines and I feel a square, stuff like that, right? So this is where this kind of the direction is going with that. And it's really interesting to understand art better by going through these concepts. Wait a second. Let's go here, Kandinsky. Where's the famous work of him? Let's just write Kandinsky. Ah, yeah, this one here. You see, and this, I mean, again, it's a little bit more, it's too figurative because you have like these shapes in here, triangles and stuff. And this is also based on the idea of music. So you also see the lines here and stuff. So it is still too much stuff in there, too much like actual things that you can recognize. It isn't let loose too far yet, you know what I mean? So it's interesting to, when you look closer at these concepts, how they evolve, why they evolve, stuff like that, and when you try to figure out for yourself, how could I go further than that, what would be the next step to that, right? Yeah, so interesting. Anyways, okay, so yeah, you see here these lines in the background. This is why I thought, Kandinsky. Okay, interesting. So this is Kubo Futurism. Oh, we already have an art style in here, Kubo Futurism. Also an interesting, like the art history is really, really interesting to check out. Futurism was inspired by machines. Especially this is an art form more coming from Italy, but then also the rest of Europe was also inspired. And they were inspired by the industrialization, by also the train, and like the fast movement you suddenly had. Because before that, people like just, you had a horse or something, but a horse usually walks as fast as a human. It's a little bit faster if you want to go a little bit like faster, but not for a long time. So you couldn't go very fast. And then suddenly you have cars and trains, and people were amazed by how the landscape is flying by. And they actually got really sick from that at the beginning. And you also had that in countries like, for example, India, when they introduced the first trains and the first buses and stuff like that. People got really sick from the speed. They weren't used to the speed. So that's really interesting. And this is what inspired this kind of also the movement and stuff like that in futuristic art. So this is Cubo Futurism, but when you look at futurism, you see a different style that is more futuristic. Is there works in here? Like, for example, here you see more like movement, stuff like this. Oh, this is again Cubo Futurism. Anyways, and they also, back in the day, I think art had a bigger impact on everyday life in the sense of fine art, of artists doing crazy things. Like, for example, they and the surrealists, sorry that I'm getting a little bit theoretical right now, but they made a famous restaurant. I'm not sure if it was in Paris or in London, because the art world switched over from Paris to London, and for a certain time London was the center of modern art. And there they had a restaurant where they would serve you food, like artistic food, where you would eat something, and then at the same time they gave you they put a rock next to you, and you should stroke the rock while you eat your salad or stuff like that, right? Or they would play a certain music to you and then spray you with cologne, and at the same time you have a cocktail or something like that. And so they wanted to mix all kinds of different experience and textures together, which is really strange. We don't have that today, because you can imagine how much it makes a difference if you feel the texture of something that is not what you eat right now, but you eat at the same time and has an influence. We have it a little bit with kind of a reinvention right now. You probably have seen that, where you drink out of a water bottle and then you have this smell ring, and it smells like orange juice, and then what you taste also tastes like orange juice, because the smell and the tongue uses the same kind of system basically in your body. So when you smell it, you also taste it, and this is why that works. But they did it to a much more artistic degree, so it was interesting. Sorry, let's go back to MJ. I was a little bit of an excursion. Oh, by the way, we are over 2 hours anyways. Okay, sorry, that was... I went a little bit too deep down the artistic rabbit hole. I hope that was interesting still. I'm learning so much about art styles and artists. Thank you to MJ. Yeah, absolutely. MJ is a great way to learn about different art styles and artistic lingo, all these words. Like subsurface scattering, volumetric light, octane render, different kind of lenses, different kind of cameras, all that kind of styles are really cool. That people connect with that, and also like I can invite you to look up lists of artistic terms of what they use, different kinds of drawing, different kind of art style, you know. Craquelage, for example, these kind of things, or lino cuts, or all these kind of different things. You can do aquatinta, these kind of things. And then, of course, you can see if MJ understands these terms and if you get different kind of results from that. And also, again, like I said, if you go to the Instagram account, robomar.ai.art, he's posting, he's trying these styles. Some of them, let's see here, you have Bauhaus, caricature, stuff like that, bone carving, origami, and you can see what kind of results MJ is giving you without you having to spend all the time rendering through the process. All right. Whew, that was a pretty awesome stream. Thank you very much for watching. It was really nice to have you. And yeah, thank you very much. I hope I see you soon. And yeah, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Leave a like for this video. That would also be great. And see you soon. Thank you very much for that. And have a good night. Bye.